Get on, Beybladers. Blade Bay X here, and we are back with our first bit of tournament footage for 2025. And this tournament is a very cool one. It's actually the culmination of our 2024 league. So aside from the G3s we usually run and the other types of tournaments we run, random format stuff, we've been running minor league tournaments and tracking wins, loss, and their assigned points and stuff. So this event actually only has the 8 top scoring bladers in it from the 2024 league, and everyone is killers. Everyone's multiple G3 winners, G2 placements. Nanashi is actually up against Kun Pop here, who is a G2 winner. He beat me in the finals of the first Phuket G2, and he is opening up with Leon Crest. I believe it's on Unite, and Nanashi is coming in here with his Phoenix Wing 160 rush. Fantastic combo, but Crest is very hard to knock out of the stadium with Wing. I hate this matchup, and Kun Pop runs what most would consider more of a rogue deck, but he is super good with it. So now for their second bay, Kun Pop's coming out with his Wing combo on, I believe it's on point now, but Nanashi is coming out with AP 360 level. He's borrowing it off myself, and even though I knew I was just making the tournament pool harder for myself, he had to use it. He's been absolutely smashing me with it in practice matches. If you've caught any of the last couple of streams where he's been using it, he is absolutely crushing with this combo. So yeah, he gets the over finish here and takes the lead 2-1. And now we have Nanashi with 960E on his Goon, but Kun Pop with his signature bay here, Viper Tail 360 Orb. It's his stamina bay of choice, and for some reason usually it's just impossible to beat. It's impossible to KO, it's impossible to beat. The last time I faced it, I didn't win. I beat Kun Pop, but I didn't actually beat the Viper Tail combo. It was only the time before that I beat it last, with trying to beat 970 Rush, and it was a nice emphatic over finish. But Nanashi picks up the spin finish there with Dragoon, doing what it does best and stealing spin. And Nanashi setting his deck order here, and Kun Pop rotating as well. I think, did I see him put Phoenix Wing first? Is he coming out with Phoenix first? No, he's going with old reliable Viper Tail. And Nanashi again, same matchup with his Dragoon. He's absolutely been crushing it with this combo since picking it up. I got him the parts as a commissary prize slash Christmas present at the end of the last tournament I hosted at #toy. Then actually made it all the way to the finals, but ended up losing out. So I picked him up a prize, Whale Wave, and a Dragoon, and now he's absolutely cooking with Goon E. And again here, coasting his way to an easy point and picking up the spin finish and getting the win. So this tournament is actually running slightly different to how we usually run like our G3s and minor leagues. Usually it's either single or double elimination, but for this one we've been split into 2 groups of 4, and we have 3 matches in each, so everyone plays everyone round robin style. And then at the time it was explained to me, I thought that the winner of each group goes through to the final match against each other. That is not what happens. It's the top 2 go through to a semi-finals, single elimination, and then finals. But here I'm actually against Kun Wee, the store owner and the organizer of the tournaments. He didn't actually qualify for the tournament. Kun Dae, who couldn't make it in the end, but herself has 3rd place at a G2 and also multiple G3 wins, would have been here in his place, but yeah, she was busy. Kun Wee stepped in to round out the numbers. So he has won one tournament before, not a official G3 like a special rules tournament, but he has got a tournament win under his belt. But he does play very rogue pick. So there he was playing Vice Tiger on, I believe, free ball or taper. I think it was free ball. He is able to snag the occasional burst off of Vice Tiger, but again, it's not a blade I'd hardly recommend. Here he is coming with his Dran sword. I think he's playing it on rush at the moment. I myself am playing my Wizard Rod 960 ball. I get some stall time at the top, and I nearly extreme finish him, but on that first impact when I drop in, I burst. And Nanashi will tell you, all the way through practice before the tournament, my rod ball combo just started bursting on me out of nowhere. Usually it never bursts. I have so much confidence in it, and just out of nowhere it was bursting like hell. So luckily I brought another 960 and ball with me so I could change up between matches. But here is my Phoenix Wing 360 level against Unicorn Sting. I believe it's 370, and I'm not sure if I caught the bit. It might be gear flat, but pick your poison. It's a burst and an over finish here, so I secure the 2 points. And do I take the win there, or is it 3? I know we rotate. We're not finished yet. Getting ahead of myself. So yeah, again, Kunwi plays more rogue picks. Not to say that there aren't good blades, but he's got more like the gimmick style launching. You know, he's like an old school, like, I'm just here playing fun combos, whereas I'm a super sweaty meta nerd coming up with real specific launch tech. And here launches are going to plan. I'm using my reverse slingshot with Dragoon E here, and I am currently working. I was actually really gutted earlier today. About 2 hours of footage that I had filmed for a launch tech video that I'll be making. Not that the video is going to be 2 hours long, but the launches I was filming, the footage was about that long, and it got corrupted. So I'm working on this video for you now instead. But that one will be up sooner rather than later. So I win my first group match. Nanashi is on to his second in Group A. And I have to say, I think Nanashi had the tougher group. Kun Pop, G2 winner. Hunchu up next, multiple times G3 winner. Running a very, very strong deck today. Night Mail, I think it was on, got a Transpoint as it. So personally, I'm not a big believer in Transpoint, but I can't deny that it has really good stamina. It works really well. It's quite defensively solid as well. I just don't like the new gimmicks that they introduced with like Transpoint and Bounce Spike. I think they just lead to a bit more like bit bursting than you want. Now, Mail here absolutely crushes it, gets the spin finish against Aero. Mail is a super strong pick at the moment. It's probably seen as like on the lower end of the top tier, like A tier base, but it's very good. It's a good counter to Phoenix, it's a good counter to Goon, it's a good counter to Aero. You know, it gets wins against Rod. But yeah, Night Mail, if you haven't played around with it much yet, definitely give it a go. And here Nanashi actually picks up an over finish in the Goon mirror match, but Kunchu is running it on rush. He prefers using it as an attack bait more than a zombie equalizer. But here he is pulling out Silver Wolf 970 free ball, a very strong combination and a very good counter pick to Nanashi's Phoenix Wing 160 rush. Silver Wolf, a very hard bait to move, but Nanashi makes it look easy and slams him into the overfinish pocket, taking a second win. On to my second match in the bracket, and I'm against Lactosoy, or Kun Lactosoy. Some very strong nicknames in the group. But I am opening up with my typical order here. Normally I open up with Goon first, which I do. I don't think Nanashi really wanted to film it though. So we're opening up with Goon and we're going for what I call my reverse slingshot launch here, where I take a bit more of a surfer kind of stance over the stadium and I grip differently, allowing me to place my palm closer to the stadium and more gently kind of place Dragoon in there. But again, the main objective against most matchups is to just avoid the big early hits so that you can just absolutely siphon and like leech the life off your opponent late game. Here they are using Scythe. It might be Ball. I can't remember. I think it's Scythe Ball. So still a scary stamina combo with very, very strong recoil. But yeah, we get the spin finish here, and we do a little bit, a little bit of b-boying to flaunt at the end, much to the amusement of Kun On. But again, that shout out to my boy Sapphire Blaze, that pinky looking sweet. And we have switched up the 960 and Ball on our Wizard Rod combo here so that we can hopefully avoid bursting again during this tournament. I'm trying to remember what Lactosoy was using here. I think it might have been Dran's Sword. He is a big believer in Dran's Sword. He has used it a lot. But I think it's actually his blue Phoenix Blade. Yeah, it's Phoenix for sure. And we get that spin finish. I think he's running it on gear point. So he really needed that early hit to get me out of there. But I'm coming back with my Phoenix now, and he is running Wizard Arrow of all things on Orb. He has always used Wizard Arrow. Him and XDD both really believe in Wizard Arrow a lot. Sometimes they turn up with 3 stamina bays in their deck, and Arrow is one of them. But yeah, not today. I ain't losing to no Wizard Arrows today. And we get the over finish with our Korra Wing. And we also win our second group stage match. Nanashi wins this one, clearly securing his place in the semi-finals. Although in my head, I'm thinking here, if he wins, he's going to the finals. So I was like even more excited and anxious whilst filming the match for him, hoping that he would make it to the finals and I could try and do my best to win my next match and get in there also. But Kun On, very, very strong blader. Never to be underestimated, running Tyranno Beat on Unite here. He has been crushing it with Tyranno Beat. He often uses Ripcord, but does sometimes switch to String. So we've been away for about 3 weeks since the last tournament we had in Phuket was one I ran just before Christmas. I don't know if you caught the live stream of that. But since then we've been away, so it looks like Kun On's been working on his string launcher tech. Maybe he's watching our video. Shout out Kun On if you're watching the string launch tech here. He's getting some smack talk from Kun Pop here. You can't be giving up these rounds. Can't be giving up these rounds against the Nashi. And here we go. Phoenix Wing on taper there for Kun On. And the Nashi with AP on level. A match I'm sure he's feeling very confident about because he absolutely kills me in this match all the time. Will it go the same for him here? I think that Pegasus, even though I'm not running it in my deck, has a better spread of winning matchups than Phoenix Wing. I have just spent way more time playing with Phoenix Wing. I really like Phoenix Wing a lot, and I don't want to betray my Korra Wing blade right now. There is argument that maybe I'll switch up one of my stamina bays or zombie bays for another attack type. I might go double attack, but at the moment it just doesn't make a lot of sense in the meta, in my opinion. I mean, if you're running into constant wolves and rods, I mean, rod makes sense to run the attack, but wolves and goon, what a nightmare. What a nightmare to deal with. So here we have Buster against Phoenix Wing. Buster is on Excel, but I don't think it's on 160. I can't remember, but he is running it on Excel as far as I remember on the day. And Nanashi picks up the spin finish here. Go into rotation. Nanashi, I'll be honest, playing very, very dominantly so far in his matchups. Looks like he pulled out the sneaky AP there, and it's the AP and the Phoenix rematch. Actually, is Phoenix there on Transpoint? It could be. It could be. Transpoint or taper, one of the two. But anyway, here we go. Let it rip. Can Nanashi make it a clean win? Ooh, big impacts. It looks like AP has the most gas, and he takes it, and Kun On absolutely slaughtered by his teammates. Does the victor go the spoils? And now I'm on to my third group match, my third and final. Losing the rock, paper, scissors, but getting the B side. Been enjoying launching on the B side a lot. It's allowing me to use my more aggressive attack strategies. From the X side, I am mainly using my reverse X launches. Not because I don't have mix-ups from there, but most of the time it is just the best choice, and I know that I can execute that launch better than what I think my opponent is about to do. So here we go back in for our reverse slingshot against a Tyranno beat combo, and we pull it off, but we're knocking around a little bit too much. They sneak themselves into the overfinish pocket for a moment there, and it looks like Tyranno Beats lost enough energy that this contact is only going to favor us now. But you'd have to be careful because TB does down smash, but we get that one very convincingly. Goon E, what an absolute menace to society it is. It does so well, honestly. What a great combo. Absolute nightmare to deal with. But next up is my Rod on 960 ball, and we are against Wing on, I think that was 360 gear point. I'm not entirely sure. I have to double check, but it is Wing, Rod on Wing action. We get a little bit of our drop in there, but at least we're bouncing up to the right part of the stadium. I'm just nervous about bursting here. I'm confident in this ratchet in this bit, but just seeing Rod burst earlier in its first round when it never, ever normally does was a little bit nerve-wracking. And here I was a little bit nervous because Rod is very tilted, and the wrong little bit down smash could have made us just spin out and get too much friction on the stadium, but Rod balances out long enough and we take another spin finish. 2 points to 0 for us, and now it is our Wing combo against, I'm gonna have to get a better look at this. I think it might be Vice Tiger again. I think yeah, it is Vice Tiger. I'm trying to remember what happened in this round, but yeah, I think it went badly for me. So my Korra Wing gets overfinished by a Vice Tiger combo. Before you get in the comments telling me Vice Tiger is actually good, just remember, you're wrong. RNG at its finest there. He thinks coming back with the Vice Tiger is the lucky bay right now. It is not. It is not. Goon going in there for the redemption. Play meta if you want to win big prizes, team. And we get the burst for once. Goon actually burst a taper combo. I believe it was Vice Tiger on a purple taper bit, and we take the win. So XDD actually ended up coming second in my bracket. So we move on to the semi-finals here. Kunwi is just explaining the placements and the prizes. So the winner of the tournament will actually be taking home a clear Cobalt Drake. The second place winner will get to pick any starter or booster that they want that's been released by Takara Tomy, and third place gets to pick any booster they want that Takara Tomy have released. And because we're in Thailand, I think we're actually including like the B4 releases because they're a lot easier to get over here. They don't seem to be as exclusive. They're just where everything else is. If they're selling Beyblades, they've got B4 boosters and they just get released pretty casually over here. So first semi-finals match is single elimination now. Tyranno Beat against Phoenix Wing, and yeah, is this one on taper? I can't remember. I think it's on 360 taper if I remember correctly, so it might not have been taper on Vice Tiger before, but who cares. I still burst it. Nanashi going for his drop variation here with Phoenix. Doesn't manage to climb, but he hovers up there after a few X dashes actually. He eats one right by the pocket, which kills a lot of stamina for him. And yeah, TB manages to get the spin finish in that situation. It got the better of the contacts. Most of Wing's X dashes didn't connect, and it got squeezed on the X rail right by the B side pocket, so killed some gas. What is that Vice Tiger on? Flip it over, flip it over. What is that bit? Is that Dot? Am I going crazy here? He's not playing 2 tapers, is he? Anyway, Goon's going in there against Vice Tiger. Will and Ashi have the same luck with Goon against couldn't XDD's Tiger there. It looked like the camera slowed down for a second, and he gets the over finish. 2 points. Is that a piece? No. 1-2. Sorry, 2-1 to Nanashi. We'll go like that. It's very late in the evening, gang. Thank you. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying the video. Let me know how your recent tournaments went. Nanashi pulling out the AP. Man means business. AP on wing action. One of his favorite matchups for AP. Bouncing around the show. Phoenix has avoided both pockets at least once at this point in the match. How is it still spinning so strongly? AP must be getting this one by spin finish. Again, I can't even tell what bit that Phoenix is on here. I want to say gear point, but I've been very bad at guessing what bits XDD stuff is on, and he gets the spin finish again against Aero Pegasus. Really? It's all like little gaps are coming out here for Nadashi. Hopefully he can redeem some points. It's 2 points apiece, both within winning and losing distance right now. Very strong launches, quite low to hover for Nanashi, and he gets pushed around that X rail and out the extreme pocket. He is out. My semi-finals match against Kun Chu up now. Can we get at least one Beyblade into the finals? It's Goon against Wolf here. Again, he's running it on 970 free ball. I was hoping I could maybe destabilize him early. Again, Silver Wolf, fantastic counter hitter. What a great defensive blade it has, and it has great stamina for a defense blade as well. I think if you're playing defense in the current meta, you're looking at Silver Wolf combos as one of your mains for sure. And I do think Freeball partners up with it very well. The biggest issue with it is the destabilization, and that typically when it starts to wobble, it's not long until Wolf's going to be out of there. But it's giving Goon a real run for its money here. Goon can struggle to equalize as well on Wolf again. They are both on 970, so we've negated some of the height play for the sub AR. We do manage to pick up the first point via spin finish, so we are 1 point ahead going in to our Rod 960 ball. If the National wants to pan up, I'll let you know what he's on. And he is on Goon on Rush. I think it might be 560, not entirely sure. But here, see if we get much. We don't really get much stall time there, but we reverse around the other way. And we go for a long reverse X. Still managing to stay just on the outside. This is actually working in our favor. We're not taking too big a hits. And I do think it's harder to get the KOs with against something like Rod on like the Goon attack bits because of the opposite spin. It just kind of like kills some of the blow, but Goon is extremely aggressively shaped, so it can always just get one big hit and send something flying with that cross shape. But we get the spin finish with 2 points up. Now it is our wing against their male combo. I think it might be 760 trans point. I'm not entirely sure on the ratchet, but we hit a nice false drop there. We get pinned on the X rail by the X pocket, and they hit their dash, and along the halfway mark they connect with us again. And while we are dancing on the ropes, they throw us over them, immediately going up to 3 points. The pressure is on now. We cannot lose a round or we are out of the running for first place. Male versus Goon. I was actually very upset that this is what happened on rotation, because I think Male has a very good matchup against Goon. It can hit those like impact kind of like bursts, those bit bursts where just it hits so hard the bit comes flying out the bottom of the bay, but also it's very hard to equalize on Night Mail. So if it's able to batter Goon early enough and kill enough of its stamina, it's very hard for Goon to equalize and get the spin finish. But here we are in the middle. I feel like I have enough, but it was a little bit nerve-wracking. We get that like half a rotation more and we equalize. 3 points to 3, all on this point. What is the matchup gonna be? Rod 960 ball for me, Silver Wolf 970 free ball for Khunchu. I should have the stamina advantage here, but Silver Wolf hits some big counter hits, especially early on, so I do waste a little bit of stamina early in the match trying to stall up top a little bit. But let's see how it goes. Again, we're in for the long haul. Stamina Bay matchup here, so they're circling around a fair bit. Rod goes into the rails, Wolf goes into the rails. Again, going into the rails isn't as big of an issue for free ball. It does eat up the X dashes, no problem. We hit the rails big time there, and Rod is already looking a little bit weak there. Again, at this point, I only have lighter wizard rods since, well, the day after this tournament actually. My gold wizard rod arrived. I don't know if you've seen the post, but I finally have a higher end of 35 gram wizard rod, and I get spin finished by Silver Wolf, knocking me out of the run for first place. But very cool, Nanashi and myself will be playing for third place, so we have an all Bega matchup for third place. And as always, I know exactly what order Nanashi is going to play his deck in, so I counter pick. I know he's going for Pegasus first, so I switched up my order and I put Wizard Rod out there. I knew he'd go for Pegasus because he thought I would lead with Goon, but no, I go for the meta pick here, and I just think Aero Pegasus doesn't have as good a matchup against Rod as everything else. Stalling around the outside as best as I can. Might have been the wrong strategy. I drop in as he comes back, and he hits the goddamn extreme finish straight off the bat, putting me into a 3-point deficit and him 1 point away from glory. So here it's my Goon against his Phoenix. Come on, Goon. Redemption time. We need to get him out of there. Again, we go into a surfer stance for this launch. Circling around outside. And oh my god, how much time did he spend in that over finish pocket? And he jumps out of there. 160, putting in absolute work for Nanashi. And I'm not going to lie, even after spending that much time in the pocket, it looks like he could win by spin finish here. Goon gets it because Goon always does, but goddamn, I was nervous for a moment there. And I crawl 1 point up, but it's a still 3-1 lead to Nanashi. Now it's his Goon against my Phoenix, a matchup I did not want. I considered going for a parry launch here for an early KO, but on the B side, I've been hitting my false drops really nicely all day. So I was putting faith in the launch, hoping I'd get something nice. And we get a decent amount of stall time there. And we hit him 2, 3, 4 big hits right by the extreme finish pocket. And Phoenix is done. And we just stand there and watch as Goon slowly sucks the life out of us. You don't even need to see it to know what happened there. GG's Nanashi, congrats on getting third place, and whichever booster you want, Kun Pop, thank you for the camera work. Okay, so the finals, Kun XDD and Khunchu. Khunchu, the winner of Nanashi's A bracket, and Kun XDD, the winner of my B bracket. So here, technically, I would be happy to say this is the league finals for the best in Phuket. Again, it's a sad situation that Kunde wasn't able to make it and legitimize it as what I'd say probably are maybe the 8 most solid bladers. No shade to anyone there, but like there was some rogue picks going on. But here, Very quick round one. Kunshu picking up the 2 points, making it look easy with Goon on rush. And here coming up with his favorite. I don't know if I've muted the sound because I don't want to get copyright stricken here, but they've got John Cena, You Can't See Me, The Time Is Now, playing in the background for Kunshu. This is anthem. And Nightmare nearly in the overfinish pocket there, actually. But Transpoint, ooh, beats it back. Seems to be doing okay. It can get the down smash here against TB and get the spin finish. Looks like TB is way too off balance. It's going to scrape itself out. And that's what happens. Nightmare. Kunshu going up 3 points to 0. They're on their third bay. So this is the Vice Tiger and Silverwolf matchup. I would be surprised if Silverwolf doesn't take this and Kunshu gets a clean sweep. But you never know. Beyblade is Beyblade. And yeah, Vice Tiger's like, fuck this, I'm out of here. Literally playing leapfrog and hopping all the way from the top of the X side into the B side pocket. And Kunshu is our 2024 League champion. Congratulations, Kunshu. What a legend.